Alrighty. Hello, you guys. This is my first ever podcast. That's the reason why I'm a bit excited. So I'm trying to favor from every bit of the sun rays nowadays. So today's topic, I am going to begin with asking you a question. How do you think, guys? What's really magnetic matter? What's really sexy in the eyes of the society, in the eyes of the men? Some people will be like, oh, it's looks, its appearance. Yes. Yes, those are the options that can basically make you appear attractive to some. But what does being really magnetic, really charismatic in its core really mean? There are some things like aura-like or beauty-like characteristics that dictates a lot, but there is something more that's called body language that dictates a lot more than you think. So, a controlled mindset, planned actions, arranged reactions are more powerful than anything else. I'll explain to you a bit in a minute how you can achieve it. Because whenever I start talking about the essence, the significance of meditation, gratefulness, journaling, controlled actions, and so on and so forth, people are more like, oh, here we go again. But believe me, the behavior pattern that you have, the control that you have over yourself, the authority that you have over your emotional world is so important. It basically is the most important thing, I would say. So, but regarding this, I'm not telling you to act overly confident, impulsively, which will make you appear so dominant, which I personally am not fond of. Because look at the scenario from this perspective, ladies. Why wouldn't you rule the whole scenario with your soft voice without being extra? From your soft feminine power, because soft feminine power is 10 times, I would say not 10 times, but million times, billion times more stronger than any dominant man power, because women's brains are so complex and overcomplicated that it literally overtakes any kind of dominance trying to shade it. That's the innate power that the women have. It's inevitable, it's inborn, they naturally are born with it, and you literally cannot compete against it. That's the fact. That is talking, you know what I'm saying? Women have the capacity of giving birth. I just want both parties, like men and women, acknowledge the essence of this inequality. The sooner you accept it, the better your life will improve, basically. So yeah, which brings me to the next point. A few days ago, I came across on the internet my favorite term recently. So this term is called a fearsome predator. Yes, you heard me right, a fearsome predator. This term actually has been coined by Andrew Tate. I personally love him so much. His ideas, his mindset, his masculinity, he's trying to spread across the globe. Very important, very precious, I think. So the thing is that according to psychology, if you would like to train your mental strength, you should perceive yourself as a fearsome predator. So you are a fearsome predator who wears a crown, who just sucked the blood out of your enemies. You have the blood of your enemies in your cheekbones. You have the highest cheekbones. You have the arrows in your back, you have the gun in your pocket, and you know that you deserve the best. And as a female who is very well aware of her inner strength and power, is completely another kind of competence that you should have. In this lifetime, there is only one competence that you need to acquire, and it's being psychologically strong, because there is nothing else that can compete against psychologically strong people's charisma. Psychologically strong people's charisma. Having some kind of an aura to yourself, having some kind of a charisma to yourself is literally everything. Whenever these people enter the room, you literally can feel the energy shift that is going around. These people are not talkers, they are doers because they know that talk is cheap. So they are up for the show. These people are complete silent. I mean, these people are silent observers. That's actually what we call the power, the authority that lies within the silence. You know what's important? These people basically do not let their steps, their plans to be exposed to anybody because they know that if they are going to expose any plans of theirs to other people, the energy can hit them. These people are the winners of life because they can beat up every single person that they are coming across. So, and you know what makes me laugh sometimes? And people still are wondering how they can be one of them. And you still wonder how can you be one of those people by just sitting on your phone, scrolling through the social media and literally wasting your life away? Really? I mean, at least there should be some actionable steps that you gotta take as a person, as an individual. You know, first thing first, be yourself. Stand up for yourself, rebrand yourself, rediscover your skills and abilities from scratch. Yes, from scratch. Go ahead and tell your boyfriend that this is not really how you want to be treated, that you want to be worshipped and kept above everyone and anything else. And tell him that you need to be chosen under any circumstances in any situation by your man. You know, you shouldn't you shouldn't let him be the thief of your energy by keeping you in situationship. What the hell even situationship mean, brother? I mean, why do you even know the meaning of this word? Why do you have this term in your vocabulary? So you shouldn't be distracted by the thought of, oh, is he going to be on my side? Is he going to support me? And so on and so forth. No, ladies, you should approach the whole scenario from this perspective. Not even my man made me wait more than 3 months for a proposal ring. Why would I wait for the clothing that I want to buy to get discounted in a store? Why is that? So, you're welcome. You're welcome. Let's go to the next section that I call personally. Just imagine that you have trained your mental strengths. You are very capable of controlling your emotion. So, being emotionally strong comes along with perceiving as the emotionless by the others. The emotionless are the group of people who have mastered their emotions and they are very, very good at hiding them. These people are good at hiding their emotions. There'll be many times where you have to control your emotions. And as kids, if you've learned how to control your emotions, it's going to be very, very beneficial for you. But does that mean that you should keep your normal expressionless face all the time? Probably not. Probably not, because there's like anything else, like dichotomy that you need to balance out in this lifetime. Imagine that your boss is giving you the feedback that you're not really agree with. So rolling eyes, heavy sighs, or clenched teeth are not amongst the options of reactions, right? Alright. So what's that gonna get you? My question, what's that gonna get you? Nothing. Then move on. Nothing. Then zip your mouth, mind your own business. Do not ruminate on the past because past is just past. People sometimes try to check your patience because this is life and it happens to all of us, right? So you shouldn't let people play with your state of being because your state of being should be your most significant stronghold. You're not a play, not a doll, not a ball, nor this lifetime is a playground. So you should keep yourself in check. Keep yourself in check. So response over reaction. You should stop reacting anything in this lifetime. Reaction should be out of your vocabulary, alright, guys? You should respond instead of reacting, okay? So, let me explain you like this. When someone does dirty to you, instead of like, she did that to me, life beats me up, da 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 da. No, honey. No, That's not the way we go. That's not the way you go. I'm not telling you to sit aside and wait on people correct their misdemeanor against you. I'm telling you, instead of getting really upset and bitter on life, call people on their actions. Call them on their actions. I mean, this should be the prerequisite respect to your very own self. Because I have seen so many people bending over backwards, getting all the way down for a dash of attention, I mean, why is that? Why is that? You deserve the best, regardless. So start treating yourself the best. And the next point is one of my favorites. In order to train your mental strength, you should preserve your boundaries. Boundaries are the most significant factor in any kind of relationship that you have. Let me explain you like this. You should keep your physical, emotional, spiritual territory safe and clean all the time. The question comes up, how can you keep yourself clean in such a low grade, failed society? Right. You should take care of your body first, because healthy mind is on a healthy body. You should keep the track of whatever you're eating, whatever you are thinking, whatever you are exposing your body and mind to should be kept under control. That's the first rule. You should steer clear from any kind of gossip. You should stop talking about other people's lives. You shouldn't interfere with anyone's lives, anyone's decisions, because the moment you start talking about other people's lives, your energy field will literally be contaminated. It will literally be damaged. So there is a high probability that it is going to be irreversible. That's the reason why when someone comes up to you saying that, oh my god, girl, did you hear that thing, such and such? Be girl, I'm not interested. Be blunt, be harsh. Do not try to run away and shy away and be polite towards the people, towards the circumstances that you've came across, because that is how you feel. So you should start acting accordingly. And then second, keep your personal data to yourself. Please do not let anybody know about the personal information that you have. You have to preserve this information inside yourself, within your own boundaries, because nobody will be coming into your life destroying your harmony with no data in hand. That's the fact. Let the facts speak, because nobody will be coming and destroying your harmony with no data in hand. So respect yourself and keep yourself, preserve your data within your own boundaries. That's the thing. And you should keep your steps and plans hidden to yourself. You shouldn't be exposing your plans to everybody, because energy is real. Energy is freaking real. You shouldn't let anybody to interfere with your plans. Be a doer, not a talker. So somewhere times, accept that hugging and watching Netflix all day long is not going to elevate your competence in any shape or form. So you should start on focusing on your dreams and goals. Why is that important? Somewhere times people will be coming to the board. You'll be like, okay, welcome to the board. This is the name of the game. List your priorities. Get to know your mission. Obey the rules that you have defined for your game. And basically both of you all together will elevate in this video game, right? But sometimes there are some character flaws that you haven't calculated, because character flaws are real. They are not fixable, unfortunately. They happen because this is life and it happens to all of us. So you should be well prepared to any kind of character flaws that you may come across along the way. In that case, you should focus on your dreams, on your goals, and work for your dreams relentlessly. I'm not a feminist. In any case, I'm not a feminist. But I do think having millions of dollars, billions of dollars, having having it all collected and calm, having your finances together, and I don't know, building an empire is not just for men. It's also for women, especially in today's world, because nothing prepares you for the circumstances whenever your rare breed husband cheats on you, whenever he tells you to go or leave the house. You should have your own place to go, you should have your own business to run, you should have your, I don't know, your dreams to chase. You should have your own life basically, because we as women, as mothers, I think we should start on teaching our kids, especially our daughters, to have their own voices, to have their own dreams to chase, because instead of being a dependent loser, or I don't dependable on somebody's energy, attached to somebody's energy, being a loser, or being such a low grade, low self-esteem girl, you should have your own voice, you should have your own life together. It shouldn't be attached to anybody, it should be independent from anything. If you are in a challenging spot right now, if the world looks dark and grim, imagine that you are the main character in a film. Imagine that you are the main character in a film who goes to the beach every day, watching there the waves going up and down, drinking, eating, sunbathing, literally living her best life. The best life. My question to you is, wouldn't you get bored after 2 hours of being in complete stillness? At least at some point you'll be wishing for some kind of a problem to arise so you can engage with solving this problem, right? Exactly, because that's how the humans are built. I mean, we as human beings need some kind of a suspense, some kind of a mystery that will keep us alive. So, how the main character will figure out the way out of the situation, right? Approximately 2 years ago, I have figured out something that completely changed the plot of my life, from being averagely okay to being substantially okay. I'll be explaining to you. For example, I have coded my brain only to be trained and only to gather all the good traits, from other people's characters. Because if there was a lesson that I needed to learn, I was just throwing myself into the ring of life. I am a very diligent person. I have never waited on my family, my friends, my people to come and save me. If there was a lesson that I needed to learn, I was just learning it. If that way was only passing through the fire and burning myself, I was just doing it silently. Because this life is not always joys and happiness. This life is the fighter's life, If you're a good fighter, this life will award you soon. That's the reality. So there were only two options for me: to be the best, to be very, very successful at whatever I was doing, or to be the best in my own field. So be the best or be the best. There were not any other options other than these. So I guess I can diagnose your life situation first, because this is very essential. If you accept the problem, if you accept and acknowledge that there is a problem, then you can engage yourself with solving this problem, right? So let's see. If you feel like nothing is going in your favor, if you feel like life is rewinding back and forth, promise me you stop right there, because you surely do experience the vicious cycle. Promise me you just stop right there. Because you probably had the limiting beliefs at the back of your brain 24/7 telling you that you're not good enough, telling you that life always throws lemons at you, that you're not that lucky ones, and so on and so forth. You probably had those beliefs starting from your childhood traumas, more precisely from the comparison index, right? You probably compare yourself to other people way too much. You keep the track of their achievements, you take the other people's scores, their privileges personally. Is that right or right? Is that right or right? Come on, be honest. So, my question to you is why? What does it even have to do with you? I mean, why would you waste your life away by just sitting on your phone, scrolling through the social media, and just getting irritated to some internet figure. I mean, looking at all these influencers getting the Lambos as gifts, living their best lives, I don't know, receiving the princess treatment that you always dreamed of having, and then irritated to some internet figure that doesn't even have any role in your life. Does it even make sense to you that you dress like, walk like, talk like that one female that your lovely husband loses himself over every time he sees her? Does it even make sense to you? How could it be possible? I mean, one shortcut message of this whole video is get the other people who do not even belong in your life out of your perception. These people has simply zero chance of your focus. They are completely irrelevant. I mean, giving your attention, giving your energy to these people do solve any kind of problem you have. Does it solve any kind of problem you have? No, probably not. Then great. Then why? Because the only way to attract abundance in your life is just by focusing on you and yourself. So I think we as human beings still do not understand the significance, the power of self-love and gratitude. I think a controlled mind, controlled emotions are more powerful than anything else, because a person who is in control of his own emotions is capable of anything in this life. So we should practice it more, I guess. So that was all for today's video, guys. I wish you a joyful weekend. Have an awesome weekend.